602, take 4, A and B cameras.
Wait! Here we go. And action!
Because of course he's gonna. We think it's got to. Because if we think we're gonna, if he's gonna say, look, I want, yeah. So he's got to.
So I put this crying bit into 6.
Yeah. Just put it in wholesale. And you want to go back and through. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. Cover yourself up like that, so I can't possibly hurt you. Do that, so just leave your glasses.
You can't possibly hurt me.
No, do that, do that.
With paper, I'll do it with paper.
Yeah, and just leave your glasses. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. Okay?
It's absolutely terrible.
Don't worry.
Ah!
Why did you let me even do it? Stays mainly on the plane.
Oh dear. So if I can't, that's stupid.
That's stupid. Just put it down. You got to be careful.
It's Friday afternoon and this is what it's come to. Ricky Gervais has stuck some tissue paper into his mouth.
I'm a bit tired. I had jumbo fish fingers. I had 2 jumbo fish fingers, chips, mushy peas, and baked beans, and I had a smoothie.
This wasn't just an amusing sketch that we've come up with, you know, for this. This is actually happening today, and this is my record of it.
Look. And then all back to normal.
Great, shall I put that in episode 3 or 4? He'll sleep now for several days.
Oh dear.
Here he is then.
Oh dear. What I'm doing here, I did this earlier. I've put cappuccino just on this area here, around the script. This is episode 3 that we're doing, and what I've done, I've just poured it there, so it'll go over there on that. That's the mock-up for the script book. You can do this with a latte.
I
just prefer a cappuccino. Okay, and I'm gonna the script there. That's useless now. That's useless. All this is pretty much useless now. Managing a Premiership football club is very much like running a successful paper merchant. You know, a lot of similarities.
Gervais, let me ask you, what are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for BBC One, BBC Sports, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's for the going out on the day of the FA Cup, and it's me as Brent. It's sort of going in the kitchen.
Are you being paid for it?
I am being paid for it. Yeah.
How much are you getting paid?
That's gauche. I will tell you this much. It works out at thousands of pounds an hour. That's
right.
what I'm saying.
So you're disrupting our day's writing because we've got a film in like 2 weeks' time.
Sure.
You're disrupting that to make money.
To make money off the back of I mean,
Yeah.
you know, The Office, which we should be doing for the second series.
Exactly.
The difficult second album.
Am I going to see any of that money?
You're not going to see any of it.
Right.
At all. This is me cashing in on that character.
Best when you get it went out into trouble defence, and that's going to be paid regarded as this. And I think that it's one of the time that I was rejected. So it's now my privilege to present a prize to Ricky Gervais.
Thanks very much. What's he doing? How can I compete with this? You gonna sing?
Huh?
This really was.
Oh, yes, it works. Yeah, it's your turn, yeah.
We're filming this in case they cut this bit out. I'd just like to say this really is a surprise. Well, the rant was a bit of a giveaway, I'll be honest, but thank you very much. I worked in an office in December, so that like 13 years ago, and I think, well, it must have changed somewhat. Are you older than you look, or, you know? But I think it's just that it never goes away that way.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah.
Absolutely spot on.
Cheers.
Beautiful. And that's Elvis Costello saying that. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't like the show. I find the show, I mean, you know, for me, if you're looking for comedy, you're going to be looking at stuff like Copycat.
Is improv. We're just doing this now.
I'm just making this up.
We haven't planned this.
Is this going on the DVD? Because if it is, I won't play it.
He's actually like that.
No, seriously, not only if it is going to be an extra on the DVD, it's only fair that I should get some sort of money for it.
Well, only if you do one of your amusing impressions, Rob.
do my
What would Ronnie Corbett say now if he just found out we'd won an award?
Oh, thanks for. Oh no, I don't believe it. It's that Ronnie Corbett off the telly bloke.
I'll never forget the day that Ricky and I first had the idea for The Office.
And that's not Ronnie Corbett.
Ronnie Barker.
Get no tickets at the ready, please. Tickets out, folks, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The nominations for situation comedy are Happiness, The Office, Gimme Gimme Gimme, and Space 2.
And the BAFTA goes to... The Office.
Ever seen a blind man cross the road, trying to make the other side?
That's my past there.
Ever seen a young girl growing old, trying to make herself a bride?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Series 2, Day 1. Just to say, I think most of the performers anyway were with us last time, so you kind of know how things work on the floor. Ricky and Stephen co-direct, so take your direction from them.
We've won awards. We know what we're doing.
expect you to be as professional as we are.
Thanks very much.
Don't look Ricky Gervais directly in the eye.
Please.
We're just coming into work.
Yeah. Aye.
Yeah. So do I need my jacket?
They are.
I thought so. I'll be at my desk, and this will be walking out.
Yeah, but my only thought is, are you happy for him to get all the way into the shop?
Yeah,
or do you want it to be?
I'd like it for the last thing you see before it is literally me coming in.
Okay, then number 1 to rehearsal then, please. Number 1, thank you.
I can have a door selection.
Exactly.
Okay, let's knock this one through then, please, ladies and gents. Have nice and quiet everywhere, thank you. And action. That is brilliant. Can you say it?
It's great. Yeah. Now, don't be scared what I do now. No sudden movements. I'm trained, and this is actually a sock.
I haven't actually put the sock in yet.
In there is Patrick and Stacey, who are playing Neil and Rachel, and they're in there with the choreographer, Carol, because they've got to learn the moves. We've just left them there, but now we're going to sneak back and see how bad they are. They haven't got long.
Oh, there he is!
I can't.
Back and lift.
Tus trailers. Visita mi
3,
canal.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't rush. And turn in. Dip. Round shirt. No. Hold in hand.
There you go.
Kick ball change. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn in. And.
That's very good.
That really, really impressed.
Here's Owen. Come on! Beckham.
Oh, yeah.
Free kick. England are 1 minute plus stoppage time away from avenging the last 2 World Cup defeats by Argentina.
Fine still, and action!
Squeal, piggy, squeal.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Just another one like that. That's it, hold it.
Do it like that. Just a naturalistic comedy about everyday life in an office.
You guys are nice clothes.
Well, no, the other way.
That's good.
This is the last shoot of The Office 2002. It's Thursday night and we're about to wait for it to get dark. It's about 10 o'clock. It's the scene at the end of episode 3 where Finchy has sex with Rachel in the car park. We're just setting the shot. Now, actors are way too important to sort of like set the shot and practice it. So we've got a couple of crew. That's not actually the two that we're meant to be doing the shot. I don't know who they are. Our lot's over there. So, anyway, cut.
Still rolling, silence and still, please.
Oh, my knees hurt.
Nearly done.
Good. That's great. That's great. Need to get some
That was the very last thing we will ever do on The Office. Series 2, 2002. That's it. That's the last thing. Steve Roberts.
Steve Roberts.
Would you do the honours? Come here. Come here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That is a wrap for the series. Thank you very much. Well done.
Andy, get that over here, that camera, and just look at his little face.
Wait with me. Alright? Thanks for letting me work on it. Thanks for letting me do it.
Are you glad you're feeling that competition now?
Turn it off.
Alrighty. Kino here on speakerphone.
You on speakerphone?
Yep.
Tits.
What we're doing now, the pressure's on, this is the last day of the offline, so we've got to get the whole programme to time, exactly as we want it before it goes off to the grade. We've got about 6 hours left. Because when it comes back, I'd like it a little bit longer. Can we fade the audio, so when it's on here, can you leave it longer on here?
What's that?
Well, it's our final day of editing. Obviously, the pressure's on. We're going to get all the last 2 episodes done by 6 o'clock. That's an hour's time, quite a lot of work to do. And Ricky Gervais, you can probably hear Ricky is pretty busy at work as we speak, finishing the final edit. Well, basically, I'll explain to you, he's dressing up our editor at the moment. How's it going, Rick? I know the pressure's on there.
I'm not going to be having this ripped. I just thought. I like the hat and I like this because that is brilliant.
So what becomes of you, my love, when they have finally stripped you of the handbags and the glad rags that your granddad had to sweat so you could buy?
That honestly looks brilliant. Yeah? It really does, honestly.
Not stupid.
It doesn't look stupid. I'm just going to put him out here so we can concentrate. Well, let me go. Yeah.
Hello.
We've got to concentrate.
Well, we've got to do some work, Nigel.
Okay, you can do it.
This show's not going to cut itself.
They told me you missed school today, so I'd suggest you just throw them all away. The handbags and the glad rags that your poor old granddad had to sweat to buy.
I'm Jonathan Ross and we are coming to you live from in front of a star-studded audience here at BBC Television Centre in London. Our next award is for the best comedy moment of 2002. So, can you tell us who's won?
And the winner is The Office.
Now, unfortunately, Ricky could not be here this evening, but he's recorded a special message with his co-writer and co-director, Mr. Stephen Merchant. Here it is.
Definitely right to end it when it did. I mean, to come back now would just be mad, wouldn't it?
Everyone must agree that you couldn't carry it on for years and years.
There was nowhere really left for us to take it.
It's just not even a debate for me that that was the right thing.
There's not even a part of me that thinks, I wonder if we could do another one. We just mustn't. We were nobodies and we hadn't written before, hadn't directed before, hadn't acted before, but the reason they sort of let us sort of get on with it was, I think, because it didn't cost much. David Brent.
One of the important things, one of the cast requirements was that we weren't known, we weren't famous. There's no point in doing, you know, a mock documentary if Julia Sawalha is playing the receptionist or something.
Dawn Tinsley, receptionist.
What? Do this raised, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'd say, at one time or another, every bloke in the office is woken up at the crack of dawn.
What?
The first time The Office went out, it wasn't greatly watched or greatly feted.
After the focus group, they could have pulled it, because we got the joint lowest score ever of any focus group, along with Women's Bowls. So
it's pretty bad.
It must have been worrying for the BBC.
You're a twat, Gareth. You're a twat on a knob end.
I'm still not listening, so it's not offending me, so...
Right, OK, so you won't hear this. You're a cock, you're a cock, you're a cock. You're a cock.
It was this show that was on BBC Two Monday night that, with no stars in it, that could easily have fallen by the wayside, and it didn't, and it really, it hit.
Gradually you become more known, and that's really weird, and everyone has their own experiences.
I knew the show had sort of taken off when I was walking home one night and I was recognised by, I don't know what the PC word for them is, a tramp, a hobo, a homeless. And he came, it was a proper one, like a young one, right? And he went, oh man, I don't know where the homeless watch it, through Dixon's window or something, right? But he went, oh man, he said, I've just been to HMV, I've just nicked a load of your DVDs.
I get recognised all the time. I just moved into a place which is very close to a sixth form college. And that can be a nightmare at lunchtime or home time. They'll go crazy if a pack of them see Gareth walking past, so I've learnt all the detours.
It is sort of creepy being recognised. It is creepy having your picture taken when you walk along the street. But I think as long as you handle it well, there's nothing to worry about. I think some people caught it, and some people that get in trouble, you know, with the tabloids or whatever, they do sort of caught it. You know, what you don't do is just go out every night and be seen coming out of Stringfellows or China White's pissed up or coked up, you know, with a slapper. Do you know what I mean? Just
I've got to do something with my Tuesday night. Because at the moment, you know...
You will never work in a place like this again. This is brilliant. Fact. Yeah? And you'll never have another boss like me, someone who's basically a chilled-out entertainer.
I have so many favourite scenes. Don't really know where to start.
My favourite scenes from The Office.
My favourite scenes,
Free love on the free love freeway. The love is free and the freeway's long. I got some hot love on the hot love highway. Ain't going home cause my baby's gone. She's gone. Free love on the free love freeway.
My favourite episode is still episode 4, series 1.
I thought episode 4 of series 1 was really good.
It's so boring, but everybody sort of says episode 4 with the whole training and the whole guitar thing.
My favourite scene from that episode is probably the scene where I come in and declare that my fantasy would be 2 lesbians, probably. Sisters. I'm just watching. It still makes me cringe and laugh.
Okay, Tim, do you have one?
I never thought I'd say this, but can I hear more from Gareth, please?
I like the comic relief episode. I thought that was funny.
I'll tell you what I love. What? That crazy dance you do. It's just been shown so many times. I'm almost... Please.
Whoa.
Please. No, I'm...
Well, don't mention it then, or I will...
It is just...
Steve, well, don't mention it then!
Just please never do it. I never want to... Cut.
I honestly don't remember doing it. I look like an orangutan. I didn't realise my legs were so short. I've got a pot belly. I've got a ridiculous look on my face. And as I walk along the street...
That is actually how you look.
I know, but I didn't know that.
The last episode of Series 2 is incredible.
Dawn, can I just have a word in there?
I love the point when he takes off his microphone and everything goes quiet for that last few minutes.
It seemed to last an age when you were watching it, and it was like, surely we can't do this. People are going to be turning, up their volume and thinking, what the hell's happening to my TV? Everyone since then has said to me, what did you and Martin say to each other in that room? And it's so weird because suddenly when someone asked me, it felt private. That's really ridiculous. Why would it feel private? But it really did. And I was just like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to keep that to myself. But that's really stupid. Why would I want to keep it to myself? It's acting.
If you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain. Do you know which philosopher said that? Dolly Parton. Yeah. And people say she's just a big pair of tits. We were going to end it after the second series, but we thought, we could have a bit of a cliffhanger and make that complete and then come back and tie up the loose ends of the story.
When we came to write the specials, we took a visit, do you remember that? We took a visit to Slough with our friend, comedian Jimmy Carr. He drove us around Slough because he's from Slough.
We're looking for a place where David Brent would live, and so we think quite a nice new estate, not too expensive but not too terrible. And where are we here, Jimmy? Because this looks perfect.
Sort of Fisher Price Mansions, really.
It's
nice. It's it's kind of a mix of flats and houses, and they're all sort of new.
But this is perfect. I think David Brent lives here.
We tried to get everyone together for a read-through. We normally have a little read-through and everyone just reads the scripts and we'd make any changes. But I think it was impossible this time. Everyone was doing films. Mackenzie was off making films. Lucy was in America, I think. Just couldn't get anyone together. I think it was me, Ricky, and Howard Brown from the Halifax ads. I think they were the only three people there.
And I only made the last hour because I was opening a leisure centre in Newport Pagnell with Big Keith.
Yeah. That's not his real name.
It is now.
Is it? Changed it. 2 series, 2 Christmas specials, never paid attention. I used to say, it's different on every other shoot. If you make a film, anything like that, you come back around, it's all film in the camera. Yeah, do I want?
Did you see him nod at me? That one.
Rick, can you come through for a second? When we got to the Christmas specials, I thought it'd be different. Nah. Still winding up Martin, still trying to ruin scenes by just telling him stupid stuff.
On the way to work, maybe Ricky had one of his great ideas, as I like to call them, and thought, not only can I make the working day longer, but how can I make it less productive?
Right, please. 121, take it.
Because he knows I will sometimes laugh at what he does. He kind of created a whole new bit of business.
I'm coming up, so you better get a party started. Shamon. He can't stop a scene, he can't stop a take, he has to go with it. And if he laughs, it's his fault.
So it was not only Chamon, there was also Timber. And so made this kind of sound of timber.
Hey. Timbo. Timber.
There was also Tim Canterbury, so we led forward to the Bishop of Canterbury.
Tim Canterbury.
Archbishop of Canterbury. Bishop Muzarewa.
Bishop Muzarewa, he said, which is a name I have not heard since about 1980, and it really made me laugh. Bishop Muzarewa, like that. good stuff. It's all good work.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to say.
Okay. Is it, though?
There he is, Mr. Canterbury, Archbishop of Canterbury, Bishop Muzarewa. Bashing the bishop.
I know exactly why he did that. It's because he wanted to see me, the more professional and experienced of the two actors, fumble.
39, take 10.
And then there's pictures, there's always pictures drawn, lots of pictures of unspeakable things.
Get it free, mate.
85, take 8.
Ricky likes to draw pictures and then present them to you nonchalantly so that the camera can't see. Just below the camera level, he'll present something horrific.
Not right, is it?
Not right. I've got those pictures. They're safe. They're my Diana letters.
From the start, I know that everybody had quite liked to think of a romantic ending.
I think a lot of people initially thought that David Brent was the focus of the show, but really for us I think it was always the Tim and Dawn love story, and their sort of storyline was kind of the heart of the show.
I've just heard you were leaving.
Blimey.
Say it isn't so.
It goes around fast.
It's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you going to tell me, or...?
God, yeah. Steve Merchant had rung me and said, oh, I think we've shot ourselves in the foot a bit by sending Dawn and Lee off to Florida, because now we've got to get her back.
The cost of living out of here is so cheap. You can live on a pittance. In fact, our situation here is almost as good as it was in Slough, isn't it?
Definitely.
It just suddenly struck us that if a documentary crew is making a documentary, they can invite people back.
What if we were able to arrange for you to go back?
We've got a million reasons we can't go. So.
What do you mean arranging?
Well, if we were able to take care of everything, would you want to go back?
Yeah, of course.
Let's talk about it first.
Was that a genuine offer?
Documentaries do that all the time. People think they don't interfere, but of course they do.
Yeah.
You know.
I was always worried about when it interfering, that watching wildlife documentaries. When I was growing up, I was thinking, they'd go, and there's the lion. He's seen the young antelope, right? And I was thinking, if I was watching that, I'd go, run! There's a fucking lion! And they never did. And I hated it when the lion got there and ate this little creature in front of everybody. And I said to Mum, well, why didn't they stop it? And Mum said, well, you can't interfere with nature. And I thought, oh, I'd like to see the lion turn on David Attenborough. And what they do then, the crew would go, sorry, Dave, he's eating the old bollocks. So it's okay to be ripped apart of your little Impala, but if you're award-winning David Attenborough, they get the lion off you. One law for the Attenborough, one for the little Impala.
A new Dawn. She looks a bit... a younger model there.
I'm not a model.
Not as bright as Dawn, I think.
When I first got the scripts for the specials, I was just like, yeah, let's see what happens. I didn't know anything that was going to happen. And I decided to take it to my little local coffee shop and read it, and it was a joy. And then as soon as the bit came where Dawn was getting out the car to come back to Wernham Hogg to see everybody for the first time, I just had these tingles up my spine.
Thanks. Hello. How are you doing? No Lee? No, he's at his mum's. It
was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And that's mad, because actually reading something doesn't normally make me have that reaction. And then I cried.
So, this has been nice.
It has.
Good night, innit?
Yeah.
Good seeing you again. Look after yourself.
I will.
Have a good life.
I could keep in touch.
Yeah, well, I might.
Well.
No, I will.
Anyway.
After the concluding part of the Christmas special went out. It's really nice seeing you, Dawn. Good to see you. I got about 14 texts on my phone from various people, you know, just saying I'm in tears and I'm crying.
My mum and dad had been out at some friends.
Kind of quite classic in its own way, quite traditional.
Yeah, like sort of Shakespeare or something.
Like Shakespeare. Yeah.
Yeah, I love him.
Just like Shakespeare. What Shakespeare are you thinking of, Rick? I know you're a big fan.
I do like Shakespeare.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
Don't be fooled by this image. I love all the Shakespeare stuff.
Yeah, what sort of, and what do you...
Well, like Romeo and Juliet. That is what I felt Tim and Dawn, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, in what way?
Huh?
You've read Romeo and Juliet, are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah. What happens in Romeo and Juliet?
Lots of stuff. All the they meet and they sort of fall in love. But because it's olden days, they all dressed differently. But and then after they meet, it's about 2 hours of all Shakespeare stuff. I can't understand what they're saying because it's all gobbledygook, but it doesn't matter in that because love is blind and deaf, so it doesn't matter what you...
Right.
And then I think she plays hard to get for a little while. She's on the balcony high up and he's going, why are you up there? She's going, well, come up if you want some. And she lets her hair down and he climbs up and...
Ways. And then I think a journalist wrote that the weather broke, and I really liked that phrase, that out of everything that happened, it was like, oh my God, suddenly, without being completely over the top, Brent had some hope in his life. He told Finchy to fuck off, which is probably the best moment for me.
That is probably the only scene where I got a little bit of an adrenaline rush, just saying it. Just saying, nothing definitive, he just went to Finch, fuck off. You know, that was great, I really enjoyed doing that.
Well, I am beginning to wonder if your heart is really in this job.
Dawn, you shouldn't be behind there. You don't work here anymore.
Look at the boss. Look at him. Look at his little boss face.
At the end of the Christmas specials, there was no particular closure for Gareth, where there was for Brent and for Dawn and Tim. But I think that's absolutely right.
You have to stay over
I think about what Gareth could be doing now, and the fact is he'd be at Wernham Hog in much the same position as he always was. And I think, look at it again in 10 years' time, he'd still be in pretty much the same position.
I think that Dawn and Tim will just naturally have moved in together, and that won't be a thing where it's like, let's spend 18 months together and decide about this.
I think he would still be there, but maybe a bit happier.
It'd be nice to go, yeah, no, she's got a man, and now she's like a famous illustrator, but let's face it, it's Slough, and it's the real world, and I think that probably she still will be doing receptionist, but she'll be dead happy.
Wrong.
Well, that's a bit ungracious.
Well, they've got no idea. Why do actors go, oh, I think they'd be doing this. I'll tell you what they'd be doing, whatever I fucking write. Learn the lines.
That's a bit ungracious, though. Everyone's allowed to think where they might be in the future.
Don't try and worm your way in onto writing. You're actors. You're hired hands.
Now, you know what this is about. Obviously, you've seen the picture, of David on the computer.
I saw it.
Yeah, and we've all had a bit of a laugh about it, haven't we?
It's funny.
Yeah. There's a time when the joking has to stop, though. People ask me if I'm worried about escaping the shadow of the office, and is Gareth my Rodney Trotter? I had a dream the other night that I went on to do my own studio-based sitcom, Gareth Keenan Investigates, where he opens a private investigation agency, a studio-based canned laughter. And this sitcom is so poorly received that it ended up with the original series being stripped of its BAFTAs.
It's hard to escape the part of Dawn. I think you have to be a little bit careful with your choices. I'm not going to play a receptionist for a while.
The happiness about being involved in it, I think, outweighs the worry about escaping the shadow. If people are still shouting Tim at me when I'm 55, I will kind of understand it, but I would sort of as well wonder why I haven't done something else that makes them not shout Tim at me. Do you know what I mean? There are a lot worse things to be shouted at me, do you know what I mean? There are a lot worse. Most of them were shouted at me during the filming of the show.
If I'm always associated with Gareth Keenan, then that's not a bad thing to be associated with.
So what becomes of you, my love, when they have finally stripped you of the handbags and the glad rags that your granddad's had to sweat so you could buy?
I was in New York last week for the Peabody Awards, and at the end of it there was a girl who'd come up to me and had got lots of DVDs to sign and everything, and she said that she'd flown from Canada to New York in order to come and meet someone from the office, and that made me just take a step back and go, oh my God, that is mad.
I don't know that I'll do anything that has that kind of impact in that kind of way again.
Where can you go from there? I don't know.
We sort of predicted that we'd be pleased with it, but no, you could never dream of the success.
There is a kind of fondness knowing that we were all part of the same gang, in a job well done.
Sing a song of sixpence for your sake and take a bottle full of rye. and 20 blackbirds in a cake and bake them all in a pie. They told me you missed school today, so I suggest you just throw away the handbags and the glad rags that your granddad's had no sweat so you could buy. Hey, hey, baby, they told me you missed school today. Baby, bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye.
I'd be hard pushed to find a job where you laughed as much every day. Do you know what I mean? And where you were genuinely that happy to go to work.
I can't see a situation where we'd all be back together as one team working together, and yeah, that's sad. That's sort of the end of an era.
And I'm just sorry that we won't work together again. It's pretty sad.
Get over it.
Harsh.
We're not going to work together again. Next.
It's tough. Where you going?
Huh?
Is that it then, is it?
Yeah, got a sauna.
He'll probably be here in a sec. He's just, obviously quite busy. You know, because he's,
Hey, alright. Bradley. Alright, mate. How's it going? Marcus, you. Woo. Dougie, you're reprobate. What is it? Alright, mate. All here. Oh, God. You been waiting long?
Can I just... 45 minutes.
No, I've still got me own. Those are shit. Oh. Should we start? Yeah. Okay. Oh, from the beginning?
Yep.
Oh, 1981. Oh, Adam and the Ants. Who could forget that?
No, it's not
Boy George.
It's not I Love 1981.
No?
No, it's, we're talking about The Office.
Brilliant. That's an excellent. I wish it was I Love 1970. Space Offers, Swizzlers. What's all that about?
Yeah, we're talking about The Office. So, before we start, why is it called How I Made the Office, just by Ricky Gervais? Why is it
It is How I Made the Office.
Yeah, but why isn't it How We Made the Office by Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant? Too long? Just your name shorter? Thanks. The thing about Ricky is that he's the most irritating man I've ever met.
I can't deny that he's got a capacity to be irritating.
Why is he irritating? So many reasons.
You know, from things like going... like that, for literally no apparent reason.
He's like a child who's drunk too much orange squash with tartrazine in and has now gone a bit wild, and you need to calm him down.
He does willfully try to destroy a scene.
He's going to keep doing something until he gets a reaction.
He loves it, don't you?
Like, it's a joy.
Yeah, he loves it. I do like,
yeah.
He loves all that. I do, don't you?
Exactly.
I go,
don't do it now. Seriously, don't fucking do it now. Because I'll go mental.
And he's touchy.
Slate 22, take one.
Last night, you know, there's something funny she laugh. It's just...
I remember I had to have a single shot on me, just looking really a bit put out maybe, and stern or whatever. And Ricky was just...
I'll be sick.
Jeez.
Do you mind... Give me that bin, seriously.
That smells like a pocket.
Dawn, give me that fucking bin.
That smells like a
That's
pocket
still
of
over there.
egg.
Put it over there as well. And then that should keep it going now until we, you know.
Do they stop belching and stop biting?
My friend Robin says I've got two moods. One is and the other is I can't believe it. I'm gonna have someone fired. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's total hypocrite. It's like, you know, anyone else makes a single bit of noise, boom guy drops the boom in shot. I can't believe this. You know. But him kind of clicking, dancing, making noises. That's fine. There was one bit where The people who, because it was like a real office that we were, an empty real office, there was a real office next door with people working, and they just came to complain about the noise.
That is true.
And it was like, it was supposed to be a set that was desperately quiet with just a little scene being played out.
Yeah.
And he's there singing, screaming, shouting. Like, and it's because like he's the star, he's allowed to do that because it's
And
like,
so
I'm going to be stressed if I don't do it.
And that was terrible. I fired the location manager and I said, why put us next to a grumpy office?
Exactly.
No, I've got to jump around like this. And I said, I've got to squeak and jump around and let off fireworks.
He tends to touch sometimes. Be a little bit upsetting. Puts his arm around you, feels with your hair, you know, and he says, "Hey, come on, you know, just because you like a bit of a kiss and a cuddle with another man doesn't make you gay," which, you know, I've thought a lot about, but I think it does. I think it does.
But the thing about TV is that they literally, time is money. And so that, you know, you've got to get everything right first time. You've got to be on the spot because, you know, the clock's ticking.
That's why I'm... Go on, what are you going to say?
I was just going to say, that's why I imagine you deliberately try to jeopardise every single take we do.
I was going to say that.
He'll do things like just add lines or stupid names to try and surprise the other actors.
Action!
You don't often see a pure silk for $9.99, so...
Action!
$9.99 pure silk, so I had to snap it up. Okay.
Action!
And Wally Burton, 2 for 10 quid, so I went, yes please.
Action!
And Nobby Burton came round, 2 for a 10, I went, yes please, got 4.
Visita mi canal.
And you know, deaf Nobby Burton who comes round with a case, 2 for...
Why are you making it harder for yourself?
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll just say Nobby Burton, who comes round with a case. 2 for 10, I got 4.
A lot of the stuff that ends up in the office comes from me mucking around and annoying people, so that's what I say in my defence. Yeah. It's my art.
But to be fair, I remember that when we were making the pilot, we did a whole sequence where we did all the talking heads that Ricky does, and then we just left the camera rolling, and I would sort of interview him as though I were a real interviewer, and he would just kind of talk as though we were Brent. And I think a couple of ideas and things come out of that, but most of the time he would say something and I'd utterly ruin it just by cracking up.
One of the, I suppose, occupational hazards of being a laugh is that they think they can have a laugh, and they can, but not at the expense of me and the company as a whole without humour involvement. In that sense, I mean, they can't...
I'm sorry.
Without the humour involvement. By that I mean, I don't mind a laugh during work or instead of work. What I don't enjoy is what I call the anti-laugh, where it's at...
I'm sorry. Can I just leave and you just carry on talking? That won't help.
It's what is called by me the anti-laugh, and that is anything goes, thanks very much, have a laugh, find the funny side of life in everything, okay, have a laugh at yourself please, have a laugh at me with my blessing because I will with you, but don't make the mistake of the laughter of hate. I first met Stephen, I was working at XFM, which is a local London radio station, and I was the head of speech. Well
if you've
done.
heard him speak, that's ludicrous.
I know.
And the head of speech was like, he had to cover, like, he had to be involved with all the speech output, the news, the competitions. Do you know what I mean? He had to have a perfect grasp of communication.
So I'd blagged the interview and got the job. Well paid, wasn't it?
Very good.
Good. But then, when it launched, I had to do stuff, which was...
That was the problem, wasn't it?
Annoying, and I knew nothing about it. So I went to him and said, look, the workload is mental. I need an assistant. And they went, sure, this guy knows what he's doing. And I met Steve, and I basically said, listen, I don't know what I'm doing here. I've got to do loads of stuff, filing and stuff. If you do all that, I'll let you get away with murder. And which left me free to do more important stuff.
Like rolling around on your chair in the office?
That was one of them.
Yeah.
Boating on Regent's Park.
Golfing.
Yeah.
But when I joined the BBC and I was sort of training there, and I had to do a training day, like where they gave you a camera crew, and you had to make a short film. And most people were doing like documentaries and things, but Ricky had this kind of character that he used to sort of muck around and improvise in the office when we worked with him.
It was just a thing called CD Boss, which was more an observation on sort of like a lecherous boss who was sort of smarmy, and I mean, it was David Brent. I don't give crappy jobs. If I give a good job to a good guy, and then after a period of time he comes to me and says, thank you for that job, David, I've done that, I want to move on, I want to better myself, then I can make that dream come true too, aka for you.
We shot it with the office that Ricky used to work at in the University of London, and just used some actor mates of mine.
Air conditioning, computerised, totally.
So I think it's hermetically sealed, isn't it?
It's star text, I think, but I mean, it knows what temperature it is, what time of day it is, whether you're working or not. No, we couldn't do it, it's illegal. The reason we shot it like a documentary was time,
just
really,
it was
wasn't
quicker.
it?
It was just quicker. We only had the camera crew for a day, so that was the quickest way to shoot everything. And then, if time's against you and you just point the camera at the character and let them talk, you don't have to change the camera angle or anything. It's really simple, but you can get a sense of the character. So,
and I really love the talking heads in the show because we shot like a documentary, we couldn't do things people wouldn't do in front of the camera. They can't shut the door and, you know, take a line of coke, or they can't blurt out things they're thinking because it just isn't true. But ironically, when they're by themselves and they're just being filmed, they're a little bit more honest. People do let their guard down because it's flattering. When a camera's, you know, pointed at a normal person, they think, this is my chance, this is my platform, I can tell the world all my great philosophies on life. And of course they open their mouth and they blow it and they can't take it back. Like now.
Exactly.
People, they could come to me, they could go, David, sorry to bother you, you've been in the business 15 years, can you give me a couple of words of advice? But they don't. It's the tragedy. There was points in it that were almost toward the surreal that we decided that we wouldn't have because we really just wanted a normal person. And there's just little bits and pieces that wouldn't sit well.
I think there's a bit where you put some lipstick on or something.
No, it's all very good.
Start by employing more people. Now, what is your category of? Right, so if I look at this stuff you said we were testing.
Right, so if you select the spell we've got, and you can test that was, I think, the first time Ricky had done any acting kind of properly, and it was, you know, that once that got made and that little demo tape existed, it got passed around, and that's how he got onto 11 o'clock show and things like that. And yeah, he was an absolute nightmare. And we only had, the clock was ticking, and he was like, well, if we commit, that'll be fine, that take will be fine, let's go down the pub now. I've got a thing which I filmed of us just rehearsing, just an empty pint glass. You can just see he's just thinking, bar will be closed soon.
Yeah, I'm acting faster because I've got...
Yeah, absolute nightmare to work with. And now you're marginally better.
Isn't that weird?
It's strange. It's good. You've learned so much.
Yeah. People say, oh, well, you know, will fame change you? You know,
you were always obnoxious.
Yeah. Hour and a half. We went at 1:45. After the little pre-pilot that we shot ourselves, our little demo pilot, the BBC commissioned a script and then a real pilot, if you like.
The script seemed quite good, and I went along and originally read for Gareth, and then I think I was sort of on my way out the door pretty much, actually, and then I read for Tim.
I was always imagining him a lot more like Norm from Cheers. I think he was going to be quite fat, wasn't he? And
yeah,
you know, that kind of wisecracking in that way.
I had 3 callbacks, I think, for the part, but I mean they don't let you know that it's a close thing, and you might not get it.
Some of the people we ended up with were not as we'd imagined them originally. I mean, I remember when Mackenzie came in, as Gareth. I mean, it took some persuasion. I wasn't convinced at all.
I didn't realise Stephen didn't think I was the right man for the job.
I'd imagined him as much bigger and much more kind of militaristic.
Obviously the skinny, weedy guy won through in the end. But I can play Butch.
But what was exciting about Mackenzie is that because he's got this, he looks very fragile and vulnerable, not like that we first imagined. We found that we could give him more and more ridiculous and horrendous lines, and you still didn't mind because of his, little bird-type face. I don't mean like a woman. I mean like a little baby bird, like a little fledgling pigeon who just hatched too early. And there's a sort of sweetness and vulnerability about Mackenzie. Vulnerability?
Ah, yes. Language is your tool.
Ah, we can cut.
We
that
can
in.
put a subtitle up.
Vulnerability about Mackenzie, and that was nice.
I don't give shitty jobs. When a good man comes to me and says, "Thank you, David, for the opportunity and the continued."
The official BBC pilot that we made is pretty much the same in terms of its plot as episode 1 of the real series. But there was some strands we cut out. There was a whole sequence where Dawn tells Tim a joke, which is that one, did you see that film last night, Gaylord Say No?
No.
That means you're a Gaylord. You see? It's a classic school playground joke.
Oh, yeah.
You just got it?
Yeah.
And so she tells him that, and then they sort of play that joke on the cleaning lady.
Say it back to me.
Did you see a film, Gays?
No. Did you see that film last night? Gaylord Say No. You get it?
Yes.
Ask Gareth.
Gareth, did you see a film last night, Gaylords?
What?
She was wondering if you saw that film last night, Gaylord Say No.
No.
That means you're a Gaylord.
I'm not a Gaylord. What's a Gaylord?
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Alright,
And then there was a whole different sequence about how Gareth finds out that there's going to be redundancies at Wernham Hogg, and he's really upset that he's, the last person to discover this information.
The old shares. Ooh, oil. Somebody got their fingers burned.
David, hi. Listen, I need to know if there's anything that you've heard, any rumours that you've heard from the head office.
Anything that...
You got stuff on your face.
Oh, that's probably ink on your paper.
Just making it worse.
Have you got a tissue? Sorry.
No.
Have you got a tissue?
Right.
What's that?
That's not mine. It's the first one I picked up.
Is it your mum's?
Yeah, mine are twice as big as that.
I've got a lace.
Yeah.
Well, no. I don't.
Will you do it then?
I've got a mirror. But Dawn! Don't want that.
They're all talking out there. There's rumours going...
Slow down. Who's talking?
Everyone's
Have you got
talking
a tissue
because...
or a hanky or something like that?
No, whose is that?
That's his.
It's my mum's. Mine are twice as big.
Without the lace.
I'm team leader. I should know. I'd be the first one after you to know.
Yeah, right. You're the first one after me to know. Okay. What's that? Don't put your... I'm meant to spit on it, so it's my spit on my face. I don't want it now. Don't bother.
I feel I've got a responsibility to the staff
Gareth,
to know what's going on.
Say what you mean.
Jennifer came in here this morning.
Right.
As soon as she's gone, now there's all rumours going... Dawn, actually, this is a private meeting. Could you...
What's all this about us losing our
Joan,
jobs?
this is a private
sit
meeting.
down.
Yes, Mr. Brent.
Tell the door.
I don't think that I'm being frankly, I'm a little bit insulted that, if there's
Why are you losing jobs?
Can you give us 2 minutes?
Sit down. Welcome.
I thought it was supposed to be a private meeting. It's just... Right. Okay. As team leader... Oh, this is pathetic. Right, I called this meeting. Thanks for coming. I called this meeting because...
Gareth, sit down. Right. All it is the powers that be have deemed
Oh, right, so now you're telling them, are you?
Well, yeah, you don't know what's going on.
It's my meeting, I called it.
To find out what's going on, so I'm going to tell you.
In front of everyone else. Go on.
When we look back at the pilot, it just felt a bit too much like it had become a sitcom with a beginning, middle and an end.
Yeah.
If you watch a real documentary, they've pieced together that from stuff that happened in real life. So we wanted to get that sense like we'd cobbled it together. And
I was genuinely panicked, wasn't I? Because I thought it was the sitcom that we always said we wouldn't make. And we just really G'd ourselves up and said, right, we're going back to basics. We really wanted to do something. We were sort of thought we were making something new. Well, we hoped we were, and we didn't want anything that.
But I remember you described it as better than Dickens, didn't you?
Yeah. It is. And that's Shakespeare.
Gaylord.
What's up? Hey, what's up? I love that.
Why I think some of it looked quite real is because obviously I'm not an actor and I don't care about hitting my marks or where I should stand, and Steve would go, well, can you at least just, you know, speak up a little bit?
Face the right direction.
Not really. Not really, no, I'll just do it this way.
Well, you do think that everything you've guessed is probably the truth.
Yeah.
So if you guess it's something, you assume that's actually how it's done.
I'm not a trained actor.
This is amazing to find out. He's not.
No, or a trained director.
He's got nothing.
No.
His CV is empty.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't got a CV.
No.
Never needed one.
Yeah.
He'll be on a single of him or a talking head, and he'll be more worried about the lighting. Learn the lines. You wrote them. Okay?
I think the difference between our show maybe and other sitcoms which are set in office is that there always seem to be too full of incident. It's like there's people kind of doing one-liners and being zany and falling over and doing crazy stuff and getting into amusing scrapes, which is not what the experience of being in an office is like at all. It is just about kind of monotony, often if it's a job you don't enjoy, which is occasionally interspersed with, you know, someone, you know, making a joke or something kind of. So we wanted lots of sort of sequences when, between the jokes, if you like, of just people working. And there's something lovely and kind of empty and boring and static about just someone sat typing at a computer.
I mean, I know sort of drama or whatever is life with the boring bits taken out, but we left some of them in because they can be the funniest bits. And so, you know, we didn't top and tail scenes so cleanly. We liked the dwelling on, you know, a bad joke or, you know, a nothingness.
Yeah, what's funny about a bad joke is the agony of that silence after a joke has gone flat.
Have you heard, have you heard Michael Jackson's new song he's doing? No. He's teamed up with West Ham football team, apparently. Yeah. Doing On Forever Blowing Bubbles. She's not at football. Trying to like her. The frustrating thing as a writer is that you had to get around this camera being there. Because we couldn't have exposition, we couldn't have, you know, people doing things they wouldn't do in front of a camera. It was a bind. But what we could use is the advantage of that is that it would up the agony. And that's where that came from. That was the joke there.
What you find as well, especially with the romantic plot, is it's like because the camera's filming them, they can't show their emotions for each other, they can't show their true feelings, you know, Tim and Dawn. So it means that you've got, it's almost like you've sort of some kind of Victorian seething kind of melodrama where, you know, suddenly just him touching her or her touching him, that's as much as a kiss, it means as much, you know. And
a kiss becomes a shag.
So it becomes a kind of, you get that nice kind of electricity between them.
Sorry.
Ooh, can I have this when you've finished?
Yeah, you can have it.
When will you be finished today?
I don't know
Probably.
when I'm finished.
Oh,
Maybe
hell.
we could share it.
I know that Ricky and Steve worked hard to get that right because it could have fallen on its face. It could have been embarrassing or just simply not worked.
The first time I really got Tim and Dawn was after I saw the last episode on the reruns the other week, and yeah, for the first time I thought, yeah, I know why people have got really upset about that. And my mum rang me about 2 minutes later in tears.
It's not just a farcical comedy. You know, there's poignant bits in it that people do care about. That when Gareth thinks that David Brent might be leaving, and he goes in and breaks down. Oh, that's it then, is it? The old team on the scrap heap. Poor old Gareth. You know, I am fond of Gareth. He's a wally. But yeah, I'm fond of him. Oh, this is stupid.
Yeah, it is. This is stupid. It's so. Sorry, mate. What do you want? Laurel and Hardy was a constant reference point, which sort of came out in a little bit in Tim's looks to camera. I mean, not that they're completely Ollie-esque. I mean, I never went, you know. I was working last night actually on something, and I actually couldn't stop doing it. I think it might ruin my career. So by the time you people are seeing this, you really won't be seeing me again, because everything I do now, I can't stop going like that, which is a problem for any actor.
The other people in the office at the desk, which weren't particularly main characters, but rather than getting extras or supporting artists, they were all proper actors.
Hello, you're through to Keith.
Ewan, who plays Big Keith, was just a real treat because he just came in and he was just sort of sat there typing away. Then you give him a few lines and you realise he's got this whole kind of character that he's created. It's just this kind of deadpan, I mean, I don't know if that's what he's really like.
Well, we still don't know whether that was his best naturalistic acting, and we just found it funny and he thought, well, I'll keep quiet, or whether he knew exactly what he was doing. I'd like to think he knew how funny it was, because it's great.
Well, he's watching this. He won't mind me saying he's an oddity, man. He's a freak. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like if it was 100 years ago, he wouldn't be in telly, let's say. I mean, not only because it hadn't been invented yet.
One of my favourite scenes is where, in episode 5, where he's just talking to Tim and they're in the smoker's room and it's a really tight shot and he eats a Scotch egg at the end. And it's a joyful scene and it's, his performance of that is impeccable.
What did you watch on telly last night?
I didn't watch telly, I watched a video.
I watched that Peak Practice.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Bloody repeat.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Not for me, I hadn't seen it. Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching Peak Practice with your life.
Yeah.
Not for me. I like it.
Yeah, I just stayed in, had a big wank. Yeah, that scene was, it was very hard.
Because Ewan's so consistent, the arm kept coming up on exactly the same point every time to eat the Scotch egg. And Martin could see that in his peripheral vision. And once you think of something's funny, that's it, you're done.
After about 5 takes, and I looked through and like Ash and Anna and, and Ricky and Steve are all sort of like going, come on. And I thought, God, I really might not be able to do it. I thought I might not actually manage this.
Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching Peak Practice with your life.
Yeah.
Not for me, I like it.
I'll just stay.
That was so good. That was so good.
Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching Peak Practice with your life.
Yeah, it is.
Not for me, I like it.
Yeah, I just stayed in at a big...
Not for me, I like it.
Well, I just...
Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching Peak Practice with your life.
Yeah.
Not for me, I like it.
Well, I just stayed in at a big wank.
Boring, isn't it? Just sitting in, watching Peak Practice with your life.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Not for me, I like it.
Ricky likes to remind me that it did take 13 takes. I would like to remind him that just kind of maybe walking down a corridor for him took about 40. You know what I mean?
I knew he was going to go because he would suddenly go, and his face would just do that.
What's the difference?
A dwarf is someone who has disproportionately short arms and legs.
I'm so sorry. We've been saying that word now for an hour, and suddenly it was funny. I couldn't take it. Suddenly, the word midget was remarkably funny.
Right, here we go.
And action.
What's the difference?
A dwarf is someone who has disproportionately short arms and legs.
I don't know what I'm going to do. What's the difference?
A dwarf is someone who has disproportionately short arms and legs.
God almighty, I'm so sorry.
And action.
Oh God, okay, 1 minute. Sorry, Joe.
Okay. And action.
What's the difference?
A dwarf is someone who has disproportionately short arms and legs.
I've no idea how I'm going to do this. Wait a minute.
Action.
What's the difference?
A dwarf is someone
Fucking hell! You actually feel that you're never going to be able to do it. You think, well, if I never do this, what happens? Do we run over by a year? What would happen if I could never get this scene? And it panics you.
And yeah, and TV's Ricky Gervais is... Well, he's not autistic, but he is like a sort of... Well, not even like a girl, that's an insult as well, but... what's the PC way for giggling buffoon.
Scene where Dawn is eating her lunch. She's just eating a sandwich and she's really minding her own business and she's on her own. And David comes up.
I had a bit of a scare earlier.
Did you?
Yeah. I thought I found a lump. I examine myself regularly. I had it checked out. It's fine, but terrifying. Testicular cancer. Cancer with them old testicles. What's that?
Oh, God, that was a great one.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
Damn.
What made you go?
Don't run out. Nobody whatsoever moved.
No, it was my fault. No, it wasn't. It was no one's fault. It was mine.
And he can barely get through a take without being so impressed by his writing genius that he has to ruin it with laughing, you know. Doesn't even have the sort of humility not to laugh and say, oh, what I wrote isn't actually maybe that funny. It's like, no, I am a genius. I'll ruin the take. Oh, again, yeah, you know.
No, he's not based on any one person. He's sort of a Frankenstein of all those types, those bosses from How. I mean, the whole programme is basically nailing types and observations. It's very much a, ticking off office observations. And David is one of those. I mean, the most important one of them, sure, but just one of the main one. People have said to us, like with David Brent being bad at his job and rubbish and he should be fired. If you just walk around the BBC for a day, you see people who are, people who are rubbish keep their jobs.
In very important jobs as well. I mean, we're talking about executives.
The only analogy I can use evolutionary-wise is marsupials survived in Australia because there were no predators. And that's very much like the BBC, because no one from the outside is coming and going, what are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing? How long have you been here?
If they took a John Harvey Jones in there, it'd be decimated.
There'd just be me and Steve.
Yeah, it'd just be the two of us doing a lot, plate spinning.
Why isn't Variety still as big?
I bloody love Variety, Rick, and I wish it would come back. I wish it would come back. You don't see enough of the song and dance men, that's what we want back.
Do people go into plate spinning? Or is it like handed down? Like, no, son, I've broken a couple, but these are yours. I'm going to be a doctor. And you go, all right.
It's not as popular as it was, plate spinning.
I don't think they are that unsympathetic. I think, Brent, you should sort of feel sorry for it.
Gareth he's a right wally, but, he's all right, really. He's harmless.
The only person that you could, in real life, not like is probably Chris Finch, because he's a bully. And he's one of those people that when he walks into a room, he does say funny things, and you laugh, and then you go, it's my turn soon.
And someone asked me, like, oh, Brent's such a bastard, but he's not. He's a tit. He's a twerp, he's a knob.
He's all those things. He's a twerty tit knob.
Exactly.
A twerty tit knob.
Yeah.
I like bosses like that, because you get away with murder. All you have to do is laugh at their jokes, invite them to 1 in 5 drinks, and that's it. He's your mate. And it's like teachers at school. You soon learn that you can go, Mr. Morris, what bike have you got? And you go, well, it's a Harley Davidson. And then, you got through the lesson. That's it. He talks about his bike. And it's just getting on the good side of these people, because they're not nasty, they're not malicious, and very often they want a mate. I mean, I don't think they want to jump on you and impregnate you.
Yeah, is that some story you've got to tell?
Wow. I was always told when I doing English O level, write about what you know, and it's so true. It's so much easier.
Yeah, that's why you want our next project to be you as a man locked in a futuristic prison.
Well, yeah, I've been. It's called brain jail, and it's only your own conscience that keeps you there. Because I imagine that's what it'd be like. I'm working out as well. I'm going to be I don't want to use the same body I used for Brent.
Right.
Because.
Well, it's very flabby and doesn't look so good in a vest.
He is, isn't he? He's a flabby bloke went, but this one won't be.
Well, not just floppy, fat. I mean, downright fat.
Yeah.
A bit of a bloater.
Whereas Scott Carson, crime he didn't commit, he was probably saving some people from a burning building, but he just probably broken a rubbish law in the future. You can't have your own thoughts. Downloaded.
Brain jail.
Yeah, I think I downloaded my own feelings from my computer.
Yeah. Well, I just wish you could get back your dead wife's memories and bring her back to life cryogenically.
Yeah, but the evil bloke in charge of it, wasn't even voted in. He killed people to get there.
Oh, not that dictator.
Yeah, he's got it on a floppy
Zordon.
disk. Except it's not even a floppy disk by then. It's just a floppy dot. It's like a little dot, isn't it? That floats.
It's as good as written.
It's as good as Dickens.
Loser.
There wasn't much improvised in the making of it. Most of it is there on the script for us to, for us to see.
As a tribute to the writing, it's writing that sounds improvised, you know.
The script comes out of improvisation anyway, so as we're writing, we're sort of doing it, so we're very careful about the dialogue and the realism of that. So it seems more improvised than it is.
But again, within that, there would be times that Ricky or Steve would come up to a couple of us, or various one of us, and say, we need a scene quickly about this or something, and we need one to get us a bridge to get us from that scene into this one.
One of the times we had to do flirting, improvising, I thought, because I love my hair being played with, anyone will do really, and so I thought, oh, I'll incorporate that, because he can't say no, we're on camera, and so basically he just had to play with my hair, which was really nice. Oh, bless.
So I touched your head.
Right. Carry on to my hair. And I'm going to do that a lot more in the next series. I might have a massage or something. I'd never thought of that. Great.
Everyone knew the characters so well that it was just easy to come up with those little bits of ad-lib, like at the end of episode 2 where David's on the phone, apparently he's speaking to Chris Finch and firing him, and Jennifer presses the button and it's in fact a speaking clock.
Pathetic.
Is it?
At the third stroke, the time
I checked my watch. I just thought that's the Gareth thing to do. Just checks his watch just to see that it is the right time.
Just filming what's funny, just filming the comedy is all that you need to do. You don't need to get clever and tricksy and stuff. Just filming Ricky Gervais's fat, funny face is bloody hilarious.
All right, four eyes.
Well, don't have a go at me.
Yeah, you goggle-eyed freak, so
that's not fair, because I'm not even on.
And also,
been on something
when you
before.
say fat face, this is a condition. So
what condition?
Greed.
Right.
So before you insult someone, find out what it may be medically cheese.
Right.
Suffering from cheddar.
Yes. Okay.
Oh no.
Well, yesterday, in fact, on Tube, somebody said to me, "All right, Gareth, where's Ricky?" I'm like, well, what's that about? Why do I get called Gareth and he gets called by his real name? And I don't know where he is, but he's certainly not going to be on the Tube because he doesn't travel on the Tube anymore.
When I first started filming the pilot episode, Ash, our producer, had said to me, because he knew that my dad was Jasper Carrot, and he said to me, "Oh, when did you change your name to Davis?" And I said, "At what point did you think Davis was the made-up name?"
People have been asking for autographs, and they want me to write something funny, so I found myself writing "I Could Catch a Monkey." Love Mackenzie. Great. That'll be worth something.
A lot of people who sort of look at these extra sort of footage in DVDs are nerds.
Yeah, geeks. Sure.
Geeks and
losers.
Yeah, probably watching this on a sunny day.
Yeah. Curtains drawn.
Yeah, spotty fat git. So what we do for them is give them some sort of real behind-the-scenes nuggets, interesting stuff. Not to us.
No.
But to them.
To them, interesting.
Yeah.
What's interesting?
Your dad?
Yeah, the guy that comes through the door in episode 6 and kind of just stares and looks at the camera, and then who also appears later in the party. He's my father, my real father. His name is Ron, and my mum's name is Elaine, and that's the name of Donna's parents.
Daughter of my best friends, Ron and Elaine.
Oh, the guy that Ricky's interviewing at the beginning of episode 1 is the guy he's firing at the end in episode 6.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Oh, you know, as you picked up on it, you know, Gareth. Well, that's not his real name. His real name is Mackenzie Crook, and he's just an actor.
Yeah.
So, and you know that at the beginning, where I meet Ricky, and I pretend I haven't met him before. I have. I cast him as Oliver Chris. He's an actor. He's been in other stuff.
Yeah.
Sort of an illusion, isn't it?
See, yeah. And you know, because you're getting a bit confused because the office obviously is not a real office.
What's happened to it? Bankrupt. See, no one wants paper anymore. Go on.
It's just it's fake, isn't it? It's just a make believe. It's like a set.
What do they sell?
Who?
Not paper.
Who?
All the people that work there.
They don't work there. They're actors.
Oh, temping. Acting's a hard business. 90% of the time they'll probably be working in offices.
Can we switch it off because I need
a Scotch egg.
Need a Scotch egg and needs to lie down. Can we get Ricky Gervais's hammock? Just bring that in.
The Golden Globes is again, you know, probably what we're most asked about. I think it's what I'm most asked about.
Everything about it was a brilliant experience. It was just madness.
You weren't going to go, were you?
I wasn't going to go. No, I just thought it was a long way to go, and I thought the round trip would be a week. But then, yeah, everyone persuaded me, and I was so glad that it was fantastic.
Genuinely, we did not expect to win.
They got us together at BBC America and they had this little seminar, this little kind of summit where they told us that we weren't going to win, but it was very nice to be nominated and what to do and how to stand and what to look at and blah, blah, blah.
Pick-up time, we are aiming to gather at 2:45 and we've got two limos. Once everybody's in, we can just have a drink in the ballroom and...
What happens if we win, which we won't, but what does happen?
Have you practiced your "I'm so disappointed" expression?
It's this.
And if you can get BBC America in, that would be great for us.
BBC would be I'll tell you what, if I win, I'll mention you, but it's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, okay.
We're on the way to the Globes now. It's nice to go out at 2:45 in the afternoon. So yeah. Come on! No chance. Okay, you're gonna go this side?
I'll come up with you.
Yeah.
We'll all get out this side and then we'll get Ash out that side.
Good luck, everyone. I'm switching off.
Good luck. Good luck, Stephen.
Live from the Starfield International Ballroom of the Beverly Hilton Hotel. Welcome to the 61st Annual Golden Globe Awards.
I was like a kid in a sweet shop, just looking at all these people. I mean icons. I mean, everyone was there. Clint Eastwood, Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise.
I was the only one of the team that didn't make it to the Golden Globes, and I was gutted about that. My excuse was that I was filming a movie, The Merchant of Venice, in Italy with Al Pacino, but Al Pacino got the time off. He managed to get back, pick up his award. It's because he's Al Pacino.
When Martin and I got on the red carpet, there was this guy who's a journalist with one of the networks. He just went, guys, he said, have you got a couple of minutes? And we were like, oh yeah, because we had hours. And then he went, who are you? Like that, and we just pissed ourselves. That was the best moment of my time at the Golden Globes. And I thought, well, that just sums us up.
It's like we've been invited to the ceremony without having a chance of winning, and that's all right.
We have no chance, so I can really relax and just enjoy the evening.
And the Golden Globe goes to...
I have to admit, I didn't think we had a chance.
The Office.
If you watch the footage, I think there's not even a camera on our table. They can't even get shots of us because even the camera people are being told, don't bother with the English.
If you look at Hollywood, basically everyone's just about the same amount of white teeth, tan, bright eyes, all about the same height. They fit lovely on a widescreen. And we went up to get ours, and It was a ridiculous motley crew. Different shapes and sizes, different species, I think.
I'm not from these parts. From a little place called England. We used to run the world before you.
When we won the first one, that was ridiculous. And then the second one, it was just crazy.
2 bookends. Excellent. You need the set. One looks, you know.
It's such a badly designed award, the Golden Globe. It looks like sort of something you'd win at a judo tournament.
Yeah.
And they'd put it in the cabinet in one of those leisure centres.
But it is good for showing up your arse.
It is great for showing up your arse, if you need something to show up your arse. If you need a major TV award to show up your arse, Globe. Always go with the Globe.
Hi. Just went to the Golden Globes and we won 2. And now we're just going back to the hotel. Brilliant. See you later. All right. Did you like it? So yeah, 1, 2 Golden Globes. What do you want to know?
We thought it would be a cult hit tucked away on BBC 2 in the summer at 10 o'clock.
Rick, how many countries has it been sold to now?
60.
60?
Yeah, count them. You do the math.
All right.
How many awards has it won? You've probably lost count, haven't you?
I have.
I haven't.
How many is it?
23.
Oh, nice one. High five. Sweet.
It was out of 2. It's 2 out of 2. We went for 2. We won 2. So, just at the old door of the limo. Was that man there? We won 2.
The Globes was amazing. That was incredible. Genuinely, it was surreal. It was exciting. Although I was stopped going through customs because they said, "What's that?" And it was sort of wrapped in, you know, dirty laundry.
And shoved up your arse.
It showed up in the bag. They didn't find the one in my arse.
Oh, nice one. High five.